Yo ho, everybody, I'm back with my next review of SpongeBob, which is Arrgh. What happens in this episode is that SpongeBob and Patrick invite Mr. Krabs to play a board game with them. The premise of this board game is that you have to get the Flying Dutchman's treasure. Mr. Krabs, of course, being the cheap crustacean he is, loves the game and plays it with SpongeBob and Patrick all day until eventually it hits midnight and Mr. Krabs has an obsession with the game and tries to get them to keep playing until SpongeBob has to yell at him to go home. The next day, Mr. Krabs invites SpongeBob and Patrick to go on a real treasure hunt with him to find the Dutchman's treasure. They start off their journey by crashing into a giant rock, and this ends up making them walk the rest of the journey on foot. First, they go in the wrong direction as Patrick thought east was west, and then they walk the rest of the journey. They end up not finding the treasure during the day and have to set up camp. SpongeBob and Patrick sleep outside in the cold while Mr. Krabs stays in his warm tent, and SpongeBob and Patrick decide to look at the map. The map ends up being the board game map that Mr. Krabs was playing with them, and right after this, they find the X of the treasure, and Mr. Krabs does not want to share the treasure with SpongeBob and Patrick, causing them to summon the Flying Dutchman, and he gives SpongeBob and Patrick each a gold doubloon, and everything ends. I'm going to be honest now, this episode isn't as good as I remembered it to be, as I kind of found it to just be alright overall. The beginning and middle were both just alright and didn't really have anything special added to them, as it was just SpongeBob, Patrick, and Mr. Krabs going on a treasure hunt with nothing really wacky or zany happening, rather just a plain and simple treasure hunt. The ending I thought was a little annoying, however, as Mr. Krabs not wanting to share with SpongeBob and Patrick is expected, but still kind of annoying, and I never really liked it when this happens, where Mr. Krabs is greedy for no reason, even though SpongeBob and Patrick do all the work. The Flying Dutchman part, however, I think does make up for the first part of the ending, as Mr. Krabs gets what he deserves, so it does kind of balance out with what I thought to be was the worst part of the episode. Overall, I would give this episode a 5 out of 10, putting it above Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy, but below Muscle Bob Buff Pants.